The body of KotOR, he was apparently shot from behind with a blaster.
Greetings, Padawan. You must be the one Master Baluk has enlisted to help him with this problem.
I must be.
I am an information retrieval droid. I can assist you by accessing the records of both the Jedi Enclave and the central government facilities here on Dantooine. If you have any need of my services, please do not hesitate to talk to me. I have already retrieved some information from the archives on KotOR, Ricard Lusov, and Handan Gold. I have also had time to examine the body of Mr. Netic. Is there any information you require?
All of it. What did you find out about the body?
My preliminary analysis of the body indicates that he was killed approximately 3 hours ago by a single energy blast to the torso. Is there any other information you need?
Tell me about these plains.
These plains are rife with wild animals, not all of them benign. The Iriars are mostly docile, but can easily be provoked to violence. Calf hounds, on the other hand, are much more deadly. There have been over 35 catalogued attacks on settlers by calf hounds in the last 2 weeks. A general advisory was given out 3 days ago to carry a weapon at all times when on the plains. Small farms and holdings dot the plains and can provide safe refuge for those in need. Is there any other information you need?
I will have more questions later.
Very well. I will be here to assist you.
And of course we can also question this dude. Yes, is there something I can do to help you in this investigation? I want to discuss the murder. Very well, we should start at the beginning. If we find the truth behind each piece of the puzzle, we will no doubt resolve the case. Handon said he was in a nearby heard a shot and ran over, only to find KotOR already dead. He said Ricard came out of the shadows of the rocks holding a blaster in his hands. Ricard had said he was hunting Isaiahs or whatever, saw one through the glare of the sun and shot at it. Is it possible that Ricard may have shot KotOR accidentally and Halden may have found the body? But that seems a very unlikely explanation. It is more likely that at least one of them is lying. Obviously one of these men is telling the truth, but what does the truth lie? Oh god, I can't remember these guys' names now. I do not know. Perhaps you should examine. Hang on, let me just get this guy's name. Ricard Lusov, okay. I want to discuss the murder. Ricard is lying. Why do you believe that? It was cloudy. There was no sun glare. Yes, well done. It was very cloudy this morning. If it had happened as Ricard said, the sun would not have been visible at the time of the killing. You seem to have caught Ricard in a bit of a lie. It seems I was correct in assuming you could help me with this case. This lie doesn't prove Ricard is guilty, but I think you have taken the first step in unraveling this mystery. We should proceed on to the next point. We need to find a motive for the killing. Maybe you should talk to the men about their relationship with the victim. If there is anything else you need, I will remain here while you question again. Okay.
So, what do you...
Did you know the victim?
Yeah, I knew him. Hell, we've known each other for a good long time. Doesn't mean I really have to have liked the slimeball. Maybe I shouldn't be so hard on him. Especially now that he's dead. We actually got along pretty well most of the time. We just had our differences. We were actually business partners. We were involved in some orbit-to-ground transport operations for Aerotech. Can I leave now? I should probably be the one to give the news to his wife.
Is that what the kids are calling it nowadays? I want to ask you some questions.
So, what do you want?
Why were you out here? Why would someone want to kill him?
You Jedi are so predictable, always seeing some greater purpose behind everything, when the simple answer is usually the right one. Can't you see that it must have been Handon? I found him standing over the damned body. I don't know why this is causing you so much trouble. You almost seem as lost as this Baluk guy.
I want to ask you something else, actually. I don't think I do, but... Alex said you were limping. Are you hurt? Nothing more right now. And back to you. Oh, excuse me. Johanny.
How can I be of further assistance?
Did you know the victim?
I knew him a little bit, but I was not any sort of great friend to him or anything. I never really associated with him that much. In truth, I didn't really want to. He had a reputation. Very inconsiderate of family, I heard. But merely having heard unkind things about someone wouldn't make me want to kill him.
No one said you killed him yet.
I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit agitated. Why must we remain here? Can't you see that Rickard must have shot him?
I want to ask you something else.
How can I be of further assistance?
Why would someone want to kill him?
Well, you see, Calder was involved in some pretty sordid business from time to time. More often than not, I've heard. Disreputable business practices, even more disreputable clients. I've even heard he had dealings with a hut. A hut here on Dantooine. Now, I bet you're wondering if I had any reasons to kill the man, but I tell you, I hardly knew him. I saw him once or twice, yes, and I've heard some pretty unkind things about him, but certainly nothing that would make me want to kill him.
I want to ask you something else.
How can I be of further assistance?
Why were you out here? He already told us. Why were you holding your side? Are you injured? Nothing more right now.
Of course. Listen, if you need anything, I shall be glad to assist.
Good. And back to the droid.
Is there any other information?
What can you tell me about Calder and Handon?
The Southwood Speeder rental business has records that over the past several weeks, a speeder had been rented by Mr. Nettick and Mr. Gould. Is there any other information you need?
What can you tell me about Calder and Rickard?
According to the municipal authorities near the Garang spaceport, there had been news of violent drunken activity in a cantina attached to the port. Apparently, a Mr. R. Lusoff was making accusations at a Mr. C. Nettick about cheating him in a business deal. Jedi Tuka was dispatched to the scene and restored order. Is there any other information you need?
What did you find out about the body? I think he answered this already.
My preliminary analysis of the body indicates that... Is there any other...
Tell me about these planes. I will have more information later.
Very well.
So now we might be able to approach these guys again about these various business dealings.
How can I be of further assistance?
You knew Calden better than you admit. You rented a speeder with him.
But I realize this must seem like a motive to you, but I assure you it isn't. I dislike Calder, true. I would punch his face in, given the opportunity, but I would not kill him.
Punch his face in? Why?
My wife was cheating on me with him. I slept in my own bed while I was in the next room. But
filming.
As much as I may hate him for that, I could not kill him. It may have been my own fault for driving my wife away. I must try not to take the law into my own hands. I was just out running, trying to clear my head for the divorce proceedings, not stalking him to kill him. Running is not a crime.
I want to ask you something else.
How can I be of further assistance?
Don't think I have anything else. Nothing more right now.
Of course. Listen, if you need anything, I shall be glad to assist.
I'm sure you would be.
So, what do you want to know?
You thought Calder was cheating you, did you? Did you know the victim? I think that one I asked. I'm going to ask it again. I can't remember now.
Yeah, I knew him. Hell, we've known each other for a good long time. Doesn't mean I really have to have liked the slime ball. Maybe I...
Yeah.
We were actually... Can I leave?
You thought Calder was cheating you.
Now, I don't love Calder, but we go back a long way. We run a suborbital shipping and transport company out of Garang Spaceport. We've been partners in that business for well over 20 years, and we've been doing just fine the way we are.
You can deny it, but there was bad blood between you.
Right. So, what do you...
Let's try this one. Why would someone want to kill him?
You Jedi are so... Okay. I don't...
Seen that one as well. That's all for now. Check with the droid. You can see where this is going.
You need? Very well.
Questions later. So this is confusing me now. So this guy had his wife cheating on him, and this guy was a business partner but doesn't seem to have a motive. Well, let's see what Baluk says. Yes, this is something I can do. I want to discuss the murder. We know Rickard lied. Let's examine the relationship with each man. Handon told me he barely knew the victim. On the other hand, Rickard and victim were business partners. However, according to Rickard, they get along quite well. On the surface, neither man seems to have motive. Handon is lying? He knew his wife was cheating on him. Well, that's certainly a motive for murder. The case is taking shape. However, you mustn't jump to any quick conclusions. Perhaps we should now focus on the murder weapon itself. You might want to see what information the witnesses and information droid can provide about the blaster found near the body. If there is anything else you need, I will remain here. Okay, so we seem to be progressing.
So, what do you want?
What about the weapon found by the body?
That blaster? Never seen it before. Calder himself had a preference for Ichani weaponry. He had this one really nice light blaster rifle that he always used. Always wished I could get myself a rifle like the one he had. That blaster ain't it, though. Calder only had the one rifle, too, so he either must have borrowed that, or it's someone else's.
I want to ask you something else. What about the weapon? You thought it was cheating on you. Did you know the victim? Alex says you were limping. I'm going to ask this again.
Well, kind of.
That's all for now.
How can I be of further assistance?
What do you know about the weapon found by the body?
That blaster was stolen from my house last week. I never knew what happened to it. I hardly have enough money to afford a single blaster, let alone another. I can't tell you how important it is to have a weapon on hand with all these ravenous cath hounds around. Even an Iriaz can take a man down if it gets in the mood. Every settler has a weapon. It's our most prized possession. I would most appreciate it if I could have that back after you determine that Rickard is the killer. How can I be of further assistance?
I don't think we need to do this. You wanted to kill Calder. You're holding your side. Are you injured? He's going to give the same answer.
Injured?
No. That's all for now. And...
Is there any other information you need?
It's a report of Handon's blaster being stolen.
I am sorry, but I seem to be failing you. I have searched and searched, but I cannot seem to come up with anything at all. I thought to find the record of the missing weapon report Mr. Gould filed with the authorities, but there does not seem to be one. Is there any other information you need?
Tell me about the weapon you found at the scene.
We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sample, other than the fact it did not belong to Calder. Is there any other information you need? My preliminary analysis of the body. Is there any... Very well.
So we have to ask him why his blaster wasn't reported stolen.
How can I be of further assistance? That blaster was... I hardly have enough... Even an... I would most... How can I...
Well, this isn't true, but I'm going to say it.
Knock his block off, maybe, sure, but not kill him. Oh, my. I hope you don't find that incriminating. You know, normally I'm not prone to outbursts like that, but Calder, Mr. Neddick, he was not a very nice person. Not a very nice person to me or my family. I had had my suspicions for several weeks, but had no proof until 2 days ago. It seems Calder was seeing my wife, right under my nose, no less. But, as much as I may hate him for that, I could not kill him. It may have been my own fault for driving my wife away. I was just out running, trying to clear my head for the divorce. How can I be of further...
What do you know about the weapon? You wanted to kill Calder. Why would somebody else want to kill him?
Well, you see, Calder was involved, disreputable. Now, I bet you're wondering if I... Certainly...
Okay, so we've seen that. No one says you killed him yet.
I'm sorry,
That's all
Of
for
course.
now. I don't think calling him a liar will help. We seem to be missing one piece of information, though. Nothing more right now, and, well, let's go back to this guy. I want to discuss the murder. The blaster is Handon's. He lied about it being stolen. The blaster didn't... So we've caught Handon in a lie. Interesting. But I think we may mean... Okay, so we have moved it forward. There was a blood sample on the weapon that has been sent back for analysis just before you arrived. Perhaps you could inquire about that information. Okay.
Is there any other information?
Tell me about the blood sample.
I have just received back an analysis of a sample of the blood